mystery and horror, the air itself is filled with monsters.
Children of the night, what music they make. He's alive! He's alive!
Well, hello, all you monster fiends, and thank you for joining us for another deep dive, factoid-filled episode exploring Hollywood's most famous monsters. I am your Mistress of Ceremony, Sam, and I am joined, as always, by Dan from Bleeding Marvelous. Say hello, Dan.
You smell like pepperoni. I like pepperoni.
What a chat-up line. Greatest chat-up line ever. Hi, everyone. Welcome to a brand new episode of the Monsters Up North podcast. Oh, have we got an 80s delightful treat for you today?
Certainly that. It's a treat.
It's not what I was expecting, that's for sure. I went in it with one idea and came out, oh, okay, all right. I see where you're coming from. So, yeah, we're doing Chop 'em All.
There's no chopping. Spoiler.
Yeah, none more. There is a mall, though.
Yeah, there's a mole.
There's a mall. It is there. So, I'll do the disclaimer and then we'll crack on, open, Chop 'em All, because, yeah, let's get this gnawing out my noggin. Actually, I'm saying that. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. Everything discussed in today's episode is our opinions alone. If you'd like to discuss anything from today's episode, please come and join us on our socials or join us in the comment section where we can have an open discussion. But what we won't have is anyone coming for us and telling us our opinions are wrong, because we can all agree to disagree in fandom. So, let's keep it fun, keep it kind, and keep the toxic behaviour out of nerdism. Don't
be a dick. New merch now available from the website, bleakmarvelous.com. Thank you. Goodbye.
Brilliant plug, by the way.
If I said it about 15 times faster, I'd sound like one of those women on the adverts in like American TVs. You may die from taking this product. You know, those ones, you know.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yes, they are available on bleedingmarvelous.com, and they will also be available if you are at For the Love of Horror, which Bleeding Marvelous for the second year in a row is sponsoring.
Yes, for those of you that are audio, we have stickers now.
Yeah, sorry guys.
We have the Stay Spooky pins. We have Sammy and Sammy's little saying, "Stay spooky." We have that on a pin that's now in store, ready to buy, and we now have the stickers of "Don't Be a Dick" also available to buy. You can go on and you can do the combo as well. There's a little discount for the combo of either, but all the money will go towards us getting something pretty cool merchandise wise for you later on down the line when we've made a bit of coin to do so, because obviously we don't get paid to do this. We do this because we love it. Do 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 do.
I'm loving it. Where'd that come from?
And then she just pulled that one out of the hat, didn't she?
We get sued. Don't want Justin Timberlake coming for us.
Mark, it's all right. We'll be fine. Noodle head, super noodle.
Yeah. I think he's got enough problems.
Oh yeah, he's not bothered.
It's fine. Chop 'em All is the 1986 independent techno horror, love that, film co-written and directed by Jim I could say this earlier, Wynorski,
yeah.
Produced by Julie Corman, and starring Kelly Maroney, Tim O'Dell, John Teleski, Russell Todd, Paul Bartel, Mary Winov, and Barbara Compton.
Of course, Babs.
Yeah, it focuses on three high-tech security robots turning mechanical. Of course they turn mechanical, they're fucking robots. They're turning... Why can't I say that word?
Deep breath. And go.
Nah, I can't. They kill the teenagers employed within the shopping mall after dark. Wow. Maniacal!
Hey!
Tonight, Park Plaza Mall switches on the world's toughest security force. Absolutely nothing can go wrong as Monsters Up North brings you Shopping Mall
Sans shopping. Yeah,
in a mall.
in a mall.
In a mall. That was fucking difficult to say, by the way. All of it. I can't even do it again. Maniacal.
They had a thing for robots that year, didn't they? 1986.
Yes.
It was the year of robot movies.
When does Rocky 4 come out? Because wow, they look very much like a smaller version of the one from Rocky 4.
It's possible it was either now or just a bit later, but in 1986 we had the death of a childhood for many, Transformers the movie, Flight of the Navigator with
Yeah.
Paul Rubens. We had Short Circuit, and then we had a film called Deadly Friend, and I don't recall what that was.
No.
But yeah, it was just like there was a hell of a lot of releases of like robot technological themed stuff. And for those people that might remember this, and I don't know how many of you will, there used to be an advert when I was a kid growing up in the UK called the Smash advert for the potatoes, and
Yeah.
they're all robots, and they all look like these robots to me. Like as soon as I saw them, I was like, "Oh, they're the Smash robots."
Oh
And
my
it's so
God.
stupid.
Okay.
It's so stupid, but it's very much you can see the influences of how they made these robots because they've got litter pickers for fingers. I did actually get a list of what they'd done. They built 5 of these robots because they were worried that if the others died, they'd need backup. So they managed to
Yeah.
afford to buy 5. They set fire to one and it just completely went out, so they ended up with 4, but they were built with wheelchair frames, conveyor belts. Everything they did on screen was done by puppeteers or remote control. So when they put this thing together, it was literally made out of it. They were bits and bobs and whatever they found to get them to go. So technically, you're looking at a very early version of what we have over here called Robot Wars. I can't remember what it's called in America. It's called something else, but like Craig
I
Charles
know.
and
Yes. Yeah.
yeah,
I know what you mean. I
I
can't
can't
think of what
remember
it's
what you
called.
guys call it in the US, but we call it Robot Wars over here, and we had Craig Charles, who was Lister in Red
Red
Dwarf.
Dwarf.
Yeah, and yeah, that was a whole experience in itself, wasn't it? I just remember
Yeah.
Awooga coming from that. Like
I thought that was Gladiators.
the Gladiators, John Fashanu in Gladiators, and Craig Charles in Robot Wars both used it, and I just remember it coming from both of them. Like, and it just weird flashback. That was not in my notes, by the way. That was
No.
uh,
This God, this is not when I said this is wasn't I was expecting. What I thought was going to happen, it was going to be a slasher movie with killer robots,
it sounds like that's what it's going to be.
but it's not
I
at
think,
all.
yeah, I think that's the problem. I think because they originally released it, didn't they, under the Killbots title?
I've literally just had that in front of us. Yes, they did. It did really badly under that name.
Yeah.
This movie is actually a success, by the way.
Which makes me laugh because you cannot find the box office take
No,
anywhere. You can find the budget.
not that I look for it, but no.
No, you can find the budget, but because it was broken down over technically 2 movies, even though it's one movie
Mm-hmm.
in itself, there's no full box office release. But I know the budget was 800K, which I didn't do the conversion because I forgot, but that I would put that at probably around 1.2 million by now. For the budget on a technically an indie movie, because the weird thing about this is that Roger Corman, whilst he's a big director and the stuff that guy had under his belt was insane, he was responsible for directing the very, very first movie of a phenomenon called The Little Shop of Horrors. He translated
Yes.
it from a stage play into a movie. And the 1960 version of Little Shop of Horrors, which isn't a musical, it's it's a straight film as far as I remember, because I don't
I
recall
think
seeing
so.
it.
No, it's not a musical. I don't believe.
Um,
No.
I know I've seen it, but I don't recall the last time I saw it. But Roger Corman was responsible for that. But Roger Corman's career, um, he's quite an egomaniac in one way, because all the way through this film, you see his posters for every single one of his films in the
Yeah.
background. So every poster that's advertising something is a Roger Corman movie of some kind.
It's also the pet shop is named after him, or named after the pet shop in Little Shop of Horrors, from his Little Shop of Horrors. But yeah, Dan's not wrong. This man's he is known as the spiritual godfather of New Hollywood, the king of cult. He is a trailblazer in independent movies. His cult-like status comes from A Bucket of Blood, The
Yeah.
Little Shop of Horrors, The Intruder, X, The Man with the X-Ray Eyes, The Countercult, no, Wild Angels, The Trip, House of Usher, which is, as we know, if we're Mike Flanagan fans, it's all to do with Edgar Allan Poe. And then he goes on to do The Godfather Part 2, Silence of the Lambs, Philadelphia, Apollo 13, The Manchurian Candidate. Like, he's the fucking real deal. But what is hilarious is every time I heard Roger Corman's name, I always get him mixed up with the film critic.
I know. Yeah.
What's his name though?
Not Roger Ebert.
Yes, uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. I
Uh,
always got him mixed up with him.
But Roger Corman, he started directing and started getting into movies in 1954. He was a producer and director, where he directed movies from 55 to 90.
Mm-hmm.
So he spent 35 years. Yeah, 35 years. My maths was spot on then for a chance. 35 years directing, but his real love was producing. So he started that in 54, and he went on to present day now. He's still producing movies as it stands. But
No, he's not. He's dead.
well, yeah.
Only
But I mean his
2024.
company. I mean his company is
Yeah.
still producing. But like, yeah.
Only 2024 though.
Yeah, he the thing is, right, to get a lot of the bigger projects he wanted to get money for, he funded some small ones that he knew would make a lot of money for a long time, so
Right.
so you look at these films and you go, right, okay, what's something that's going to guarantee me money? Skin flicks.
Oh
So
yeah.
Roger invested in producing some skin flicks, because at that time corn was very not easy to find like it is now. You had to go into video shops, or
You had to work for it.
yeah, there was you were having to play hide and seek with that sort of stuff. And he was a producer. I don't know about a director, but he's definitely produced some of the Emmanuel series, which for every dad, they will know that over a certain age.
Oh,
And
Emmanuel.
my favorite one was he also produced the Flesh Gordon parodies that came
No.
out. So yeah, the company did. Whether that was him direct or not, I don't know. But when I saw that, that made me proper giggle, because I was like, he knew what he was doing, because he knew
Oh
that would
yeah.
bring in constant revenue, enabling him to be able to fund other projects, because there'll always be
Hmm.
money from that, until obviously DVD came
The
along.
industry changes
The industry
completely.
changes, obviously it flips on its head, so things are
Yeah.
easier to find once the internet became a thing. And so I thought to myself, well, he knew what he was doing, and more
Yeah.
power to you. If you can make money and everybody's consenting, go for it. I've
Go
said
for
this
it. Yeah.
after time, but when I saw that, I was like, oh, you crafty little man.
Yeah. Well, Ed Wood did it. If you remember, toward the end of his, it's the only way he made money to fund his habit, because he knew that's where he could make money. It's, yeah. Hey, you're right. If everyone's consenting, and more power to you. More
Yeah.
power to you. But yeah, it's crazy because he has nothing to do with this film
No.
at all. But his wife
Well,
wrote
he's
it.
he's executive producer. But he came on set for one day,
And
looked around and
everyone was
went,
on there.
yeah, because he was there with Julie. So he only
Yeah.
came on set because his wife was there. So he came on set with her, looked around and went, yes. That's all he said and
Yeah.
left.
But everyone was on their best behavior because he was there. Yeah, he has such a great relationship with the director. He really valued his opinion.
Yeah.
Which was quite sweet. There's nothing actually, like, it's not a case of he came in and swung his dick around and, made it all
Yeah.
about him. He made sure that the director was doing his job.
Yeah.
It wasn't a case of, I'm going to tell you how to do your job.
Yeah. Well, the director, Jim,
Jim.
I read a story, and I don't know how true this is, where he actually convinced the stunt guys that he could do a stunt.
Oh God, I've got this.
And
Yeah,
like,
go for it.
correct me if I'm wrong, this is just off memory because I know I didn't write it down. He convinced them that he could do this stunt. It was supposed to be off the third floor, but he made it look he brought it down to the second floor and made it look like the third. And there's a scene where somebody falls over the banisters.
Yeah.
Um, they're supposed to fall to their death on the floor. I can't remember which character it was, but it was one of them. And he said, "Oh no, I can do that stunt. It'll be fine. I'll do it." And so they set it up for him, and he did the stunt. He completed the stunt. That's the stunt you see in the movie. However, when he hit the mat or the boxes or whatever they'd used, he broke his ribs,
Yeah.
and he didn't tell anybody for the rest of the duration of filming because he didn't want them to treat him any different or pander to him. So he put up with having broken ribs for the rest of I think it was a 28-day shoot.
28 years, yeah.
So like he'd done this 28-day shoot, and I don't know when they did that, but for the remainder of the show, for the best part, for God all we know, the entire month, he had broken ribs and didn't do anything or didn't say anything until it went into the editing where he could sit down and
Oh, I've
oh,
had broken ribs.
the same.
They don't go away.
Oh no.
No, right
Yeah.
there.
Mine was here. I fell into a sink from down a step. So my friend failed to mention she had a step into her bathroom, and I stepped down into her bathroom and fell into the sink and cracked 2 ribs down there. They luckily it was fracture more than a break, I think.
I got 3, and it was a car accident. I was bending down in a car going 80 miles per hour, rammed right into the back of my mum's car that I was in, and as I was bent down, the impact happened, and that's how I broke
Oh,
3 ribs. And I still to this day, it's weird.
you
I
get
can
like ache and cold and
it's
like,
when it's cold, but I have a bump where
oh,
I don't think things are fully healed. But yeah, I've got like a bump on the top of my ribs. That is don't think it's fully healed at all, and it's more noticeable now that I've lost weight. You can kind of see
skinny,
it.
ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, I
Hey,
have a very skinny companion now.
well, just had to, you know, not let the side down with this one.
Don't know what you mean.
Hey, well, film scholar Craig Ian Mann compares that. Now, I thought this was interesting because I was looking at it. I was trying to look at it from 2 ways because I know that this is very artsy in a way, but the people who are involved in it. So I was thinking, there's a message here, but I'm not dumb. I don't know what that is, and all I'm looking at is killer robots. So when I was reading this, I was like, oh, okay. So he compares the film favorably to George A. Romero's Dawn of the Dead from 1978, also set in a shopping mall, which he classifies as an anti-capitalist what is wrong with me today? Parable for the Jimmy Carter years, suggesting that the shopping mall functions in a similar way as a comment on consumption during the Reagan era. Mann suggested that the robots in the film, even when malfunctioning, serve as mechanical enforcers of workplace discipline and capitalist interests. So I was like, oh shit, there's the message. It's right there. It's consumption. It is, keeping people in line. It is keeping people in check, but consume at the same time.
I don't think it was that deep. But I see how people will come out with that message. I think this was in a time where horror and 80s, and if you look at the cast, Kelly and Babs were well known for doing so many of these technically exploitation because there's boobs.
Who is the boobs?
There's boobs, and I'm not complaining as long as they got paid enough for their boobs. Out.
Hey, they
Good
were
luck
good
to them.
boobs.
Yeah, I mean, look at me, I'm sounding like shit. Yeah,
Yeah,
do it, lady. Do it, lady.
yeah.
Well, better keep then. I'm obsessed with Chit. Anybody who doesn't know who Chit is, go look up the Chit show, and it is absolutely piece of work of art as far as I'm concerned. Every video is about 3 minutes to 5 minutes long, and there's about 30 videos, and it's like a TV series, and it is just gold. It is absolutely gold. Yeah, yeah.
Well, I think you might be right on the not being so deep, because I have something that kind of debunks what
Yeah.
he says. When the script was wrote, with Steve Mitchell, who Jim had known since 1970, they met at a convention for EC Comics.
All
And they
right.
became friends. They decided to do Phantom of the Mall type movie, where Mitchell says it was Jim's idea to feature robots. So this is just two guys, also inspired by the film Gog in 1954.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the idea and the inspiration for this comes from two friends at a convention sitting talking shit and just going, and there's killer robots.
And they went, sold. Now let's
Yeah.
get
So,
produced.
so I really don't think it's that deep when it comes. I can understand why people would be looking at like that,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
Yeah.
yeah. Mitchell wrote the story. Steve Mitchell wrote the story in 24 hours and sent it to Julie Corman, who then went in on it, and she took about 4 to 5 weeks to write it.
Yeah. I've got a little snippet from what Jim actually said, and he said Chopping Mall was inspired by Ivan Tor's flick Gog.
Hmm.
Best Drawn Video came to Julie looking for a film about a killer in a mall, and she said if Jim wrote a good one, he could direct it. So he recorded the plot from the movie, added in some robots. And then in the original take, it was robots patrolling an underground scientific lab in an Arizona desert. And
Okay.
Steve Mitchell looked at it and were like, don't think this is going to really work in that sense. How can we get it to be a bit more relatable for the teens to come and watch?
How
Oh, hang
can
on
we
a
make it
minute.
more 80s?
Yeah, and they went, right, okay, we are going to put it in a mall. And then they realized they were onto something. And they said here, he says here that some people have said they took their concept from a 1970s TV movie about guard dogs in a mall called Trapped. But actually, neither him or Steve ever saw that movie ever. So he said it was just happenstance that the two were very, very similar. But
Yeah.
really believed wholeheartedly in this movie. She pushed for this movie to get made and to get put out there. So, I mean, this is coming off the back. So when you look at like Kelly and you look at Babs and you see like the movie, I think Kelly had just done was it Night of the Comet? I think it was
Yeah.
one of those. Kelly was coming off the back of doing that, which is also another superbly cheese fest 80s horror nonsense movie. But most of you who don't know who we're talking about when we say Kelly Monroe, if you've seen any of the In Search of Darknesses 1, 2, or 3, Kelly does a lot of the talking head sections in there, and along with Barbara, they're not together, but Barbara Crampton as well does a lot of them. And if you don't know who Barbara Crampton is, shame. But you should go, and if you've seen Reanimator, which is an episode we have done, so if you want to go back and watch that, Barbara is the lead in the Reanimator movie with Jeffrey Combs. And Barbara is also in the Mouth of Madness, I think. Now, don't hold me on that. That's coming out of my brain. That could be coming out of complete left field. But I know she done a movie with Sam Neill, and I feel like it was in the Mouth of Madness, the H.P. Lovecraft one they did. Or it could be the High Castle or one of those. Oh God,
Oh
now my
man.
brain's going.
Oh,
It might be the Castle one
Castle
actually.
Freak,
That one, that one.
From Beyond, Reanimator, Subst.
I'm
What
sure
the
she
fuck is
did.
wrong with me tonight? Suitable Flesh, Castle Freak, Chopping Mall. We
I
are
want to say
still
Castle
here.
Freak. She was in Castle Freak, and I
Is
know
it
Sam Neill
is
was
it
in one of them.
Lovecraft?
Yeah, I know In the Mouth of Madness was Sam Neill, but I know she did a movie with Sam Neill anyway. Because Castle Freak is the one she did with Jeffrey Combs. She came back and did a movie with Jeffrey Combs, yeah.
She did.
So there's so many movies in my head right now. It's so hard to fight the noise sometimes when you're trying to. I explain my head sometimes, like if you are from the olden days, you will understand what a Rolodex is, right? And it they used to sit on the desks and they were lots of little cards and you'd like and it was on a like a cylindrical toilet roll thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that is what my brain is like. It flicks through them really quickly until it finds the one I want. And then sometimes I skip past it and I go a bit too far. So hence why I'm almost there, but I'm never 100% there. So the mental Rolodex was like working overtime there. But
We
yeah, I mean, it's a good
we
concept in
yeah.
theory.
Oh, 100%. We could do a whole podcast just on Barbara Compton's movies, by the way.
Oh, I love Babs.
We
I do
really
love Babs.
could. I totally forgot she's in the Lord of Salem.
Yeah,
Totally forgot she's part of the sister crew, isn't she? Like
yeah, the weird cutaway bits.
yeah. Honestly, we could literally. Oh, her movies sound absolutely fantastic. The whole premise of this is literally a
Don't
mall.
have sex, you will die.
Yeah, by killer robots. Yeah, it's a mall, and there's going to be a party. There's three guys from a shop who work together. There's two girls from a shop who work together, and somebody else, and the friggin' the brunette
Yeah, forgot
who
her name, but I
who only talks in car terminology.
Linda.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can't talk any other way than cars.
She's, I'd take my hat off to her. She had some bollocks on her though. I mean, she was proper
She was
like,
fucking stunning.
oh yeah. All the women were in this.
Yeah,
Like
they were.
they were all very different. And I thought that catered to, a bit of that's when I think you get casting right. When you're not stereotyping everybody with a look, like you're not doing your funny girl, your weirdo, your goth, your
Yeah,
popular mean girl. You're not
they were just
cat.
very individual, but
Yeah,
not the way you couldn't fit them in a genre, like into a category.
yeah, because you looked at all of them and you were like, oh, you can see why people would like her. And then there's that look, Babs has got that look, and then Linda's got that look. And I thought that was very, very clever idea, the way of casting there, because you're appealing to the broader spectrum, especially with the guys as well, because you had your nerdy guy and you had your sort of jock guy, but they were all kind of friends. There was no like division like, oh, we can't be friends, like in the majority of 80s movies when you're looking at films like what was it called? Was it Porky's and stuff like that, where the nerds and the
Yeah,
jocks were so separated? That
yeah.
wasn't the case in
No,
they were friends. So
and the males weren't you beautiful looking, like they were just dudes.
they were
There was
80s dudes with
there
the
was 80 dudes.
musty.
One of them was Tony O'Dell.
Yes,
And if you don't know who Tony O'Dell is, he was in the Karate Kid. He's part of Cobra Kai.
he was one of the yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I
One.
found out a fact actually this week, and I was quite surprised.
Hmm.
Did you know that Noah Hathaway, who played Atreyu in Neverending Story, was set
Unfortunately,
to
yes.
was set to play Daniel's son in Karate Kid
Oh,
because
really?
his dad wrote the script.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
But something happened, and I don't know whether his dad sold the script or it got stolen or
He would
something
have sold
happened.
it.
Something happened with the script and it got recast, and it obviously Ralph Macchio, as we know, got the part. But yeah, I found that out. I was like, well, I didn't know
Oh,
that.
well,
And he holds great bitterness about it, which I kind of understand in one way, because it's like if you were told by your dad that this is for you, this is your part, and then it all falls to shit and it becomes this fucking
yeah.
meteor of a franchise, and you're like,
But you've got to look at it realistically. He's looking at it from an egotistical side of view, like, oh my god, this big thing has been completely taken away. Look how huge it got. Who's to say when you played Daniel LaRusso, you were going to make that big of an impact that that movie did as well as it did? You, you would never know. So you can't. I understand where his bitterness will
yeah,
come from, but anyways, Daniel was never the true Karate Kid.
No,
It was
it
Johnny.
was Johnny, and that's why I'm glad when they revisited the Cobra Kai TV show. Although six seasons was far too many, and I only have watched the first three, but the fourth,
Still haven't watched the last one.
I watched the first three. The fourth one I couldn't get finished because it was the same rinse and repeat of every
Mm-hmm.
season. Not to say that the guys can't act, and I
No.
say that first season was the first time I actually realised that Johnny was the good.
Yeah. No, I picked it up because I'm a big fan of, and I'm doing a rewatch actually. And honestly, it's like I've never watched the TV show before, even though I've seen it at least 3 times all the way through. How I Met Your Mother. I have been belly laughing at this program. But in that, Barney, who is a huge fan of the Karate Kid, gets his dream birthday present where the Karate Kid comes to his birthday party. And it's Ralph Macchio. And he's like, that's not the true Karate Kid. William Zabrak is the real Karate Kid, and he goes through it, and it's literally as it's explained in Cobra Kai is what Barney Neil Patrick Harris says on How I Met Your Mother. And in the background is this really looking weird clown while this whole speech is going on and Ralph Macchio is having his heart broken by Barney and William Zafrak's the clown and he's like, I'm so glad that you said this, and he like comes and then he has his Cobra Kai outfit on. He is not the William Zafrak that you know from Cobra Kai. He got built for that. He did not look like that in How I Met Your Mother. Yeah, wow. Didn't think we were going to go down that route tonight.
But yeah, it's all linked in a weird way. I mean, did you also know who they were going to cast in this movie originally?
No.
Now this surprises me because she's just been announced for the Love of Horror.
Oh, yes, I did. I did. Linda Blair.
Correct.
Yes, I
Yes,
did. Yes, I did.
Linda Blair.
Linda Blair.
Now I don't know who she was going to play, but there was a U-turn by her. I think her mum did some
Mother. Our
nudity.
mother's our manager.
Yeah, and she saw the nudity level and she was like, nope.
We're fine with my child being, possessed by the devil. Totally and utterly fine with that.
She can fuck across. That's
Yeah,
that's
that's
fine.
fine. It's fine.
That's fine.
But
She can fuck a crab down the stairs, but I draw the line at tits.
no titties. No
No,
titties for my girl.
no,
My
no.
goodness.
It's like, oh, good God, we've all got them. Men and women alike. We all have boobs. It's part and parcel of human anatomy. Free the nipple. Woo!
Woo.
Uh,
I I really got boob envy in it mind.
oh, I did. I mean, let's be honest. I'm
They
going
will
to sound
be.
like cracking norks, women.
Oh,
A hat off to you. That's some serious exercise or some serious money investment. Either or.
she was touched by an angel.
Someone was touched by something.
Yeah.
They were incredible. Sell your
Uh-huh.
soul to the devil or
Hey,
whatever. Just
even if she paid good money for them, she got her money's worth. They were so
you
impressive.
go and can I have their address? Thank
Yeah,
you.
please. The filming for this was actually done in a real life mall, California mall, and
Yeah.
the only conditions were no damage and that they could be able to trade from 9 o'clock in the morning. While the mall's head of security didn't like the filmmakers and was constantly accusing them of causing despair, the mall's owner was so supportive of the film that he made sure that the production was able to be completed on its work schedule. God damn the security guards.
Yeah, I think they just had enough of the shit. Because I mean, you got to think what an absolute nightmare that must have been to. And I use police in air quotes, but you know what I mean, to make sure that they weren't damaging everything. Because the
Yeah.
chances are that I mean, you'd like to think that the movie would clear up after itself every
Oh,
night, but there's chances are they're not going to.
Just-
So the security then has to get there.
Yeah.
So they probably were pissed off with all that sort of thing. But
It wasn't its first foray into movies though. The mall had been used in another one in 1985. Oh, I've only got Commando.
Fast Times at Ridgemont High as well.
That's it. Oh my God, Sherman Oaks Gallery. Yes. Yes. Okay. Because this is what's been bothering us, and I couldn't be bothered to go and find the clip. It's Jay and Silent Bob in Dogma talking about Sherman, Illinois, when it doesn't actually exist, but they wanted to go because of Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Yeah, so Fast Times was filmed at this mall and Commando was filmed at this mall. So oh God, what's her name? Alyssa Miliano, who people don't really like anymore.
Did they like her in the first place, Alyssa Milano?
There was a whole scene in the mall there, and then there's a whole massive thing in it. But yeah, it was all John Hughes, wasn't it? How he invented this whole
Yes, that's
whole
what.
world,
Yeah,
16 Candles, like Breakfast Club, and it was all in Illinois somewhere in Sherman or somewhere like
sure.
that.
Yeah, and then Jay and Silent Bob go and try and find it and find out that it doesn't fucking exist.
Was that the oh God, not the reboot, the one before that?
It's
The one,
Dogma.
yeah, it
It's
is Dogma,
It's
right?
when they're sitting. It's when they're sitting in the cafe and the talk. It's where he does the whole. And this is the cantina bar and the fucked up cantina bar. It's that scene.
I thought it was Strike Back, but no, I think you're right because they end up with the monkey in Strike Back. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
To
yeah.
be honest, I don't care. Reboot, Tusk, everything that man, Red State, everything that yoga hoses,
Oh,
everything that man touches, I fucking adore. I don't care how. I just understand. I think I've listened to his podcast so much. I feel like we're friends. Like it's that kind of relationship that I'm like, I will support you. I will be that friend. I will support you no matter what.
I
So
was
you want to
fine.
do reboot? Do fucking reboot.
See, I love Kevin, and Kevin will always be a massive part of my TV, movie watching.
Is everything.
But, but
But
when they bought the new, and I say the new, I mean the new three of the Star Wars movies out,
yes.
Kevin did a reaction video when he came back from watching the first one and he
Yeah.
cried through the entire review. He won't spoiler in it, but he cried through the entire review. And I just sat there and I was like,
It's typical Kevin. So The Flash, the TV show, on one of the season finales, it shows it's probably one of the most emotional ones because I think it's where he gets to potentially. I think it might be like going into Flashpoint. I could be completely off. It's been a long time since I've seen The Flash, but it's he's doing the whole reverse thing and to like he gets to see his mother and Kevin from start to finish cannot speak because he is inconsolable from crack. Kevin loves eat. Do you know what it is? The man wears his emotions and I'm all here for it. I love him so much. He cannot do anything wrong in my eyes. And Dogma he's just getting the rights back to Dogma. Yay. So we'll now get it on his DVDs again where it's not
getting
fucking
cinema limited.
bootleg.
It's getting a limited
Hmm.
cinema release as well because
Yeah.
they finally got it back off of
The fucking
Miramax and the Weinstein,
yeah,
didn't they?
yeah,
So yeah,
yeah.
after years and years and years, he said he's been trying to get it back off of them because the Weinsteins had a habit of hoarding movies. They would buy the rights to them and then just put them away. You can't get them on DVD, you can't get them on video except for their original releases. And so if you had one of the original releases, you were fine, but you would never find a repro like
No. And
consistent making of it. Not
and
even
it's
streaming, nothing.
like take aside what we think of them. It's from a business perspective, it's fucking genius.
Because then they can do like 10 years later, 15 years later, they can do a mass
Exactly.
release of something, and people will go,
It's
"Oh, yeah, I haven't got that."
it's just not great for the people behind the scenes and the person who really owns it. It's fucking shit. But he got it back. It's one of my mom's favorite Kevin Smith movies is Dogma. She fucking loves it. It's just the fact that Alanis is God.
Boop.
And that is just it's life to her that because in her life Alanis is God.
Well, that's the thing. I've got my movie shirt literally just on the wall there that's signed by
Yay.
and Jay, and I'm going to see if you can see it. So bear with me a second.
Oh
Like,
my god.
can you see there?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't see the signatures, but that's my
Who
movie.
cares?
And then that's my, hang on, that's my sign. You can't see it. It's my signed Stanley Iron Man poster there.
Wow.
Yeah, the movies there. It's oh yeah,
Hi. Action
yeah, so
shots.
action shots. Woo-hoo. Yeah, so it's I am, as you can see, I'm a massive stan. I've also got their autograph in this like glass cabinet here. I've got the Mallrats compendium signed by Michael and
Oh, Ruka.
Ethan.
Honestly, I always get shocked when I watch Mallrats again because I'm like, oh yeah, Ruka's in this.
It's a sailboat.
That's how I know Ruka.
I have got a packet of chocolate covered pretzels
Oh my
that
god.
has been in my fridge for the best part of 15 years. from the Jay and Silent stash box that they
Oh
released
wow.
years and years ago, and I will not eat them. They will not. They will never leave the fridge.
Well, yeah, they're 15 years old.
But it's one of those things where they're fully sealed, and there's Jay and Silent Bob on the front of them, and they're just I don't know where else to put them, so they just live in the fridge. They're not moldy or anything. They don't smell. They're all packaged nicely, but it's just like one of those things where I'm just like,
The only thing I
look, I've
used to have, I used to have a bottle of True Blood. You know, when the novelty bottles came out, and they generally were drinks inside of them, and I had it for years. It came with me everywhere. So every fridge I had, I always had a because you never know who's going to come knocking. Until we moved house. And the first thing that came out the fridge was that to be packed up, and I went like that, and it just shattered everywhere. And I have never replaced it since. Ant was so pleased; he fucking hated it. He hated it because not only did I have that, I used to get the Loot Crate boxes.
yeah,
They did a zombie box, and it was Walking Dead, obviously a lot heavily themed. Walking Dead was huge at the time, and it was Daryl's ears on the
yeah,
string, the
soap,
necklace, but it
yeah.
was soap, and it was in. He fucking hated it because he used to hang off the shower.
The the one thing I will say about that is that the way that um the Askew-averse acts, the way that he produces these things or gets, you know, obviously we know with Dogma it was Weinstein, but the majority of his movies he was able to then start self-producing. So
Yeah,
Askew-averse became a lot bigger and more financially viable to produce movies. So he learned from that massively, and that's how he looked at people. Like there was an interview that Kevin Smith actually did where he was like naming off influential producers and directors in his career, and like he always goes to Spielberg. He will always go to like he gives Schneider a bit more props than a lot of people would, because he can always see where he's going. He just doesn't always Schneider doesn't always get there. And he was talking about like James Gunn and things like that, and then he went back and he started talking about older directors, and he said that he does pull a lot from the B movies and the suspense stuff, and he loves all that. And the reason why I'm coming around is because I actually have it in my notes there. He actually cites Roger Corman as one of his inspirations
and
for
imagine.
how to produce a movie, not directing, but producing, because he said that Silence of the Lambs, he direct or produce that one? I think he
I want to
produced,
say
didn't he?
direct, but I'll double check. I've got his
Because
information here.
that won Oscars, didn't it? And
Oh, it won Oscars, but not for horror.
no, it was called a suspense or a drama or something, wasn't it? Or a mystery. It had some sort of other title.
Oh wow, okay, yeah, you're totally right, and I should have known this. I did Silence of the Lambs not long ago. Jonathan Demme directed it. Corman produced.
Yeah, so it was the Roger Corman production of Silence of the
Yeah,
Lambs where Kevin Smith said he realized you could take something, a subject matter that was so intense,
yeah,
and how you can create something quite different from it as well. Like he said, like the it was the sidebars of, obviously he uses the inspiration with Jay doing the dance of Buffalo Bill in some of the movies. Like you see Jay does, there's that whole thing, isn't there, where Jay tucks his dick between his legs and he starts doing the whole "would you fuck me" thing, and like, so he pulls from that movie quite a lot. But he said there was just something about the way that that movie was advertised, pushed, the production values on it,
yeah,
how it was written, how the whole movie changed his view on how that style of movie appealed to him, because he said he was never really a fan of that kind of thing so much. He loved his horror, but this is a whole nother sort of sidebar of horror, I suppose you could say.
yeah,
It was, cannibalism wasn't really a thing in movies. The cannibal holocaust had happened, but like
yeah. That's a thing.
mainstream, it wasn't a big thing in mainstream
Oh,
TV. So
I'm gonna fact check myself now. So the movies that I listed earlier, The Godfather Part 2, Silence of the Lambs, Philadelphia, Apollo 13, The Manchurian Candidate, they have something to do with him producing wise.
Mhm.
However, it's the movies he acted in. Roger
Oh,
Corman was an actor too.
Yeah, I know he acted in some, but I didn't know which one.
Yeah, he's credited in Silence of the Lambs as FBI Director Hayden Burke.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then he goes on to Philadelphia. He is part of the board member. I can picture him. I can fucking picture him. I've got this infinitive love for Philadelphia, even though it's probably one of the most heartbreaking movies ever. I still think it's so important. Yeah, he's part of the board. He's Roger Lard. He's the guys who hire Andy and then fire Andy. I think he's the one who at the end of the movie has a heart.
Yeah, I
I
was just
think
googling him in Silence of the Lambs, and as soon as because all the photos I've seen of him are like of him now. Well, I say now he's gone, but wouldn't be
it's
nice.
only last year.
Yeah, but like his more recent photos, and so when I just googled him for Silence of the Lambs, it's like, yes, I know, I know, I know. But yeah, I will say that was one of the saddest films, Philadelphia. I watched it once, and that was the turning point for Tom Hanks for me. Like I've grown up with Tom Hanks,
Yeah,
Splash, blah, blah. God, just so many movies like Big, and he was everywhere. This is pre Forrest Gump, remember though, and
yeah.
so when he did Philadelphia, I'm sure Philadelphia was pre Gump,
I'm gonna find out.
but Philadelphia was, or it was
Yeah,
just,
yeah. 93 is Philadelphia, 94 is Forrest Gump.
that's
So you
it.
haven't got that yet.
And we hadn't seen him in anything other than a comedy like The Burbs. He was always
A
in
League of Their Own.
yeah, that was probably the straightest movie he'd done, League of the part he'd done, like, because we're also used to seeing him as the comedy
Well,
guy.
he was. He was a comedian, like flat out comedian. He
Yeah,
used to do a TV show called Bosom Buddies with oh God, what's her name? She directed Big. She directed A League of Their Own. Penny Marshall.
yeah.
Yeah. So he did Bosom Buddies, and so yeah, he's known. And there's one episode of Bosom Buddies which it took him down a serious route, and nobody liked it
Mm,
because he's not being funny. He's not the funny guy. Where's the funny guy? Bring us the funny guy. So to do Philadelphia,
yeah,
game changer.
and I think that, like I said, I've only ever seen it once because it broke my heart, because I was always brought up in an environment where I was around a lot of people from different walks of life, and I was very lucky to be in a situation where it was introduced to me, so it became second nature to not be a thing, right?
Yeah.
And so my mum had lots of friends, and they were coming off. We've got to remember, we're coming off the back of the 80s epidemic where it started, and the 90s, and there was a lot of misinformation and stuff like that. But I was lucky
Huge.
enough to spend some time with people that were affected by the epidemic and were HIV positive. And I was only a teenager at the time. But when that film came out, we watched it because my mum wanted to give us a bit more of
Education.
a, yeah. And I think the thing is, because back then you couldn't just jump on the internet and go, what is this all about?
Oh,
You had
100%.
to
Yeah.
research, you had to find this stuff out. And when you're 13, you can hardly go down to the local library and take out books about it, because even they didn't know about it then.
No,
So Philadelphia was probably, firstly, one of the biggest eye openers as a kid, but then looking and watching Tom Hanks, this guy that we knew was a funny guy, playing straight, was that was the first time I realized, oh my God, this guy really has got
everything.
something.
Yeah, this movie is so important. It's because it's that bridge that they always wanted to connect together, and it happens in this movie. Because I think I've said this before. When it comes down to the AIDS epidemic, I get very, very passionate about the fact that these conversations need to happen. And there's a brilliant documentary on the BBC. I urge everyone to go and watch it. You need to see it. You need to know the facts. You need to know what they did. You need to know how hard they fought to get this information out to the masses. But because it was like almost like a fairy tale, nobody believed them. Not even part of the gay scene. They did not believe these people who were saying this is dead, and they were giving out preventional tips to everyone, and nobody listened. But yes, it is a brilliant documentary on the BBC. With the voices. It's played out by actors, but it's the voices of the people who were there.
Mhm.
And then obviously the voices change because the numbers start to stack up and up. And it's astounding the figures that they give you and how much it affected straight white women.
Mhm.
It was just so it's honestly it's crazy because I would never, and this is probably my ignorance playing a massive part, because you think of HIV and AIDS, you go, oh, okay, men. Doesn't. It honestly it like Blanche says in The Golden Girls, it holds no prejudice. It is not God punishing you for your sins. Wow, we really went down something there, didn't we?
We did, but it was all related because
Hey, if we're not doing a tangent,
it's not our
it's not
show.
us. It's not us. It's kind of linked when you come back. You can bring it all the way back to Roger Corman
Yeah, I
because
mean,
he's in the movie,
yeah,
even though he has nothing to do with this movie.
I will say the whole premise of this movie is a bit fucking weird. Let's all go to the mall and have a party. Okay,
Today, sorry,
I
Robin
get
Sparkles.
that. I get the fun. I get the fact that you're having fun, but you would have thought someone would have put out a memo to all the people in the shop.
Yeah.
Tonight's the night the killer robots. Well, they're technically not killer at this point. This is the night that the robots will be doing their rounds. This is their first night. As long as you've got your badge on you, you'll all be cool. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
And what happens?
It
Lightning strike.
Yeah, let's go through the kills because there's some great kills
Oh,
in here. So body count is 9.
yeah. Nine,
Yeah,
nine,
9. 9.
nine.
Why do I sound like, you know, German dictator when I do that?
Brooklyn.
9 9. Yeah, so oh my God, I need your help. Who is the guy, the janitor guy? Who is that guy? Who is he? Who is he? It's killing us.
He was in Gremlins. It's Murray Flutterman.
Well, that explains it all because I'm not a fan of Gremlins. And I only watch Gremlins. Honestly, it should be right up my street. I should absolutely love it. But I only watched it as an adult, so I don't have that kind of kids like nostalgia with it. Gremlins 2, on the other hand, though, fucking masterpiece.
Who is superior in my opinion? And I know people will come for me, but I always
Let
think
them. I'll fight
there's
them.
occasions when sequels outdo the originals, and I will say that was Back to the Future 2, Gremlins 2,
Boom. Yes.
and Aliens.
Aliens. Oh, fuck yeah, it's got Paxton in it.
So
It
that's my
wins.
opinion, and that you don't have to agree with it, and that's cool.
Yeah, it's fine.
I just
Whatever
don't
you do.
care if you.
Nah.
So
We'll give you a sticker.
on the forehead with a palm. Yeah.
Yeah, totally agree with the Back to the Future 2 though. Yeah, Gremlins 2. Have you ever seen the Key and Peele episode? Where so they're sitting in a boardroom, 80s boardroom, and there's all these people and they're discussing ideas. And Jordan Peele comes in and he's like, right, I've got it. And he goes through all these fucking crazy ideas for this movie, and everyone's like, oh, okay, yeah. He's literally giving you the plot for Gremlins 2 as he's going around. It's fucking genius. It's so funny. Yeah, so that guy, him from Gremlins, it was killing us. I was like, who are you?
He's been
Why
in
do I
like
know your face?
yeah. He was in Bucket of Blood as well. So
Yeah, he encounters Killer Robot number 1. And but he kind of knew they were there.
yeah.
He was aware of it because he was like, I'm not. He was like, what? Why do I have to do this? This is ridiculous. He's my security pass, and it did not matter.
No.
And you could clearly see how he was going to die.
Mm-hmm.
I could see it, and I'm dumb as fuck. He got electrocuted.
He did, yeah, because it had knocked the bucket of water over everywhere, which looked like slime. I've got to be honest, it looked fucking gross.
I think the fact that they wanted to make sure you can see it.
Yeah, I get that. It had lumps in it. It had lumps in it.
He was cleaning a dirty mall floor. I think it's hilarious because my dad doesn't pronounce mall like we pronounce mall and how the Americans pronounce mall. He pronounces it as he sees it.
Mal.
Mal. It used to do my tits in, but I think because it used to annoy us. He just constantly kept saying it, so he calls it a mal.
Could you imagine if it was set in the UK though? It'd be called Chopping Centre.
of the Metro Centre.
Shopping centre doesn't have kind of have the same ring to it.
It
as
sounds
shopping
so
malls, does
Job
it?
Geordie when you said that.
Shopping
Shopping
centre.
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 Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, over here in the UK, there's shopping centres.
Yeah, we have the Metro Centre. There's a
We
Trafford
don't call
Centre.
them malls because malls is an American terminology. I don't know if it applies to anywhere outside the US, but certainly not in the UK. We don't call them
No.
malls. You get the odd people that do because they're trying to be multicultural, I guess, or something. But yeah, they're definitely not malls here. They're shopping centres, and I will not have it set out. If it's got a Pandora in it and a JB and a
And a lush.
Primark and a Lush. Oh God, yeah, and a Greg's next door because you've got to smell your sausage roll and then get hit by the bath bomb straight
Hey,
afterwards.
where we come from, if there's not 50 million sausage, if there's not 50 million Gregs kicking around, if you can't turn one corner and find one, you'll find the on the other corner. We're not doing our job right. The Northerners have failed.
The
We are the
King Pedlo,
connoisseurs of Gregs.
the King Pedlo of the North, that has runs the biggest bakery franchise of the world.
I I don't like. I'm not a Greg's fan. The only thing I like is I'm so sorry. I don't. I'm not a fan of sausage rolls or anything. Pastries are not my thing. But
She's not English.
I'm not. I'm not clearly a true Northerner. I do like their sandwiches though. I love it. I'm so boring. I love a cheese and ham sandwich. Right.
This took a turn.
I love a cheese and ham sandwich, but I love the studies as well. The tuna mayonnaise studies.
See, we don't have that down here.
What?
We don't have any of that stuff.
You don't
Because
have sandwiches?
when I watch, is it Malika on TikTok?
Yeah.
When I watch Malika and she goes into the Greg, we don't even have Greg's. Like you have the. She goes into like the Greg's. I can't think of what it's called. Like, it's like not a wholesalers, but it's like a discount shop. We don't have those. Yeah, she
Really?
does. That
Okay.
she. But yeah,
Malika would know. She goes to all the good places in the northeast. She goes to like Malika doesn't live that far away from me, and because she goes to the same shopping places that are literally 10 minutes down the road from me, and half the shit I'm like, where the fuck? Where are you? Really?
but yeah, we don't have that down here. We just have baguettes or sandwiches, and then we just have the pizza that tastes like sugar, and then we have the bacon and cheese wraps that taste like sugar, and donuts that taste like sugar.
I thought you were gonna say donuts taste like pastry.
Well, depending on where they're made. Yeah, best thing for me. I'm a breakfast person, but I don't traditionally like breakfast at breakfast. So give me a Greg's breakfast roll, and I have to have two Greg's lattes every morning, and that's my breakfast. I don't always have the roll. It's the two Greg's lattes. That is it for me. My lattes. They're the two things that fill me up, and I'm done, and I'm happy, and I'm rested, and I can face the day. And our Greg's was closed yesterday.
I heard. I was devastated for you.
It flooded. How dare they? How do
Because
they
I know that's like the closest place you can go and get food.
I was forced to drink a Costa. I was forced at gunpoint. Yes, someone took me up there and said to me, "Now you have to drink this battery acid." Ugh.
Oh
Ugh.
my gosh, I'm not a coffee drinker, so I don't get the whole thing. Someone made me drink a pumpkin spice latte once. And bearing in mind, I have never drank coffee in my life. I love the smell of it. I hate the taste of it. And I drank this full drink and went to go and see Bohemian Rhapsody and felt like I was going to fall off the universe. I felt so ill. I was like, oh my God, stop the world. I need to get off. It's when I got hit in the face with a door. This is why I don't trust cinema doors because they were in a mood with themselves because they dropped their drink on the floor and had to go and get a new one and literally went like that on the door, and the door is just pure black. You can't see anything, and I'm on the other side, and I
Oh,
got a door. Bearing in mind, I'm off my tits on fucking pumpkin spice latte as well. So I was not having the best time, and wanted to go and see Bohemian Rhapsody.
well, let's just say that I don't think there was many coffee shops open when they filmed this one because it was based in a furniture shop.
Yeah, it was. The furniture shop was the one that was kind of done out. That was fine. That was fine to say you can do what you want in here. Like, that's okay.
Yeah, so they filmed in a furniture shop, and then it turns into kind of an orgy, but not really. Like,
No, because everyone goes respectively to their own places.
yeah, they all go to their own places with their own partners, but it's all very open, and everybody can watch everybody else. It's very like
Oh yeah, you might as
there's
well be
not
chucking
really a
keys
lot
in a
of,
bowl.
and it just made me laugh how cheesy that scene is where Barbara was going, "Oh, so I should just go," and he's going, "You taste like pepperoni. Is that a bad thing?" I like pepperoni. And it's just like, oh my God.
Is
And
it?
then she's like wanting to leave, and then he persuades her, and suddenly she takes her top off. I'm like, well,
Hey, that's how we roll. Is it? It's her and him who go, hey, 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 hello, hi, hey. I'm not joking. That is the scene. That is them two just going, hey, hi, hello, hey, hey, while standing in front of each other. It's so honestly, it made my toes curl. Yeah. So that guy gets the chop first.
yeah.
Then the second one is I can't think of his name off the top of my head. Um, oh, what's it called? It's the guy who goes, oh, Mike, who goes and gets cigarettes for Leslie.
Yes.
Yeah,
Cigarette vending machines are a thing of the past, but good God, they were a thing of absolute wonder to me. Like you could buy singles sometimes in cigarette vending machines, and then you could buy packs, but they never had like the traditional amount of full pack. I've never smoked in my life, by the way, just so you know. But like when you went to a shop, you had X amount in a pack, but when you got them from a vending machine, you got less.
and those smaller. It
Yeah.
was so I fucking hated. I am an ex-smoker, and I hated running out on a night out because you were getting the shit end of the deal. So
Mm.
you were getting 18. So you would pay for 20, you would get 18, and they would be half of what your actual cigarette is. And it was such a scam and thinner as well. Oh, it was such a scam. Yeah, I would try and by all accounts avoid trying to run out. Yeah, I'm an ex-smoker.
I mean, if I was him, I would have avoided running out, but there always has to be that post-coital cigarette in an 80s movie, doesn't there? You
And
know,
I mean, she got it. He didn't. He didn't like it at all. Um, I lost now. Who's after Mike?
Mike got his throat slit, if I remember rightly, didn't he, by the
Yeah,
robot?
yeah. He tried to like give his card over, and again just got outright attacked by the killer robot.
Then I think we have the epic one that was Susie.
Oh shit!
I
This
think
had to be cut. Is this the where she gets set on fire?
no, this,
No. Oh my
uh,
god! There's a.
yeah,
That was a game changer for me because I was like, oh shit! Like, because up to that point it was quite tame,
mm.
and then that kind of like literally exploded. No pun intended. Like everything. Yeah, she gets her head fucking.
The hilarious thing about that is she's doing the typical bimbo trope, which at the time I don't know if it was a trope, where she's slowly running, flapping her arms in a pair of knickers and a shirt,
Hey,
running away, going, ah, and she's not even running fast, right? She's doing
yeah.
the zigzag very slowly, and she could clearly just run away from this thing, but no, no. Then she stops and turns around and looks at it, and I'm like, right in front of the window, coincidentally, where all of the other guys are standing, looking out and watching her getting I say chased, it was hardly a chase, but the robot coming up behind her.
It was Leslie who got the.
Oh, it was Leslie,
It
because
was Leslie.
There's a Susie in
Sus.
there somewhere.
Yes, yes. Susie
Yeah.
is Babs,
All right.
who yeah, but
My
it's
bad.
Leslie who gets
The laser,
the
freaking
laser
laser beam.
right in the head and blows right off. Susie's is probably the worst out of the
It
because
was a very good cut though, because I watched that back. I was intrigued because obviously 80s, it's not special, it's not CGI manipulation at all. It's practical.
no,
So
it's
I
very
was like,
real.
you're waiting for that moment where you see the cut between the complete head and then the fake one that they fill with all the gore to
Hmm.
explode. Didn't see it.
No, it's
You-
such a clean
It
cut.
is really well done how they get that transition to the point of where you don't even see the fake face. It just goes from her face to the explosion.
Yeah.
That whoever the editor was on that, chef's kiss to you, guy, because
Wow.
you did that amazingly.
Well,
But
they do
you just
Susie's
went,
death. They do Susie's death even better. They actually had to cut Susie's death down for because of the rating of it. It would never get shown because it was that. Because it is brutal. She is literally on fucking fire on the floor, and nobody goes to help her.
I do have issues with that death, though. I mean, look, Susie, you had 2 legs, 2 arms. You could have got up and you could have run away, right? No, you decided to lay on the floor and go, help me, for 3 minutes straight before they set you on fire. You had
Yeah.
enough time to get up and run away.
She did. What really gets me though, not only Leslie's death and Susie's, which are pretty horrific. Like, for
Yeah.
if you are a bystander in this whole thing,
Mhm.
it's pretty fucking horrific. Where was their reactions?
Oh, they were all just,
Huh?
they were more
Oh.
bewildered, weren't they? Than like,
Yeah, especially what's that face? The main chick, the
Kelly Monroe's character.
yeah, she was just hmm. Oh, that isn't that sad.
Well,
But isn't that so sad?
it's when old Babs has the absolute meltdown in the in the air ducts because the boys are like they were
Like,
getting,
oh, I need
they
to get
started getting
out. I need
shot.
to get out.
Yeah, so they left. There's 6 of them left at this point. This is just before Babs gets us on fire. So there's 6 of them left. There's Linda and her partner. There's Babs and her partner, and then there's Kelly Monroe and the nerdy guy partner.
Alison.
That's
Alison,
it.
yeah.
There's Susie, Alison, and
And
Linda
Fergie.
climbing through the air ducts, and the robots had manipulated the heat in the air ducts. So Babs has a meltdown. She needs to get to her fella because she thinks he needs her, which I kind of understand. She's getting freaking out, whatever. But
She's having a full-on meltdown.
I hated the fact they made her like the damsel that needed rescuing. I'm like, no, Babs has more balls than that. I don't like the way she's written, but it's all part of the movie, so I get.
Yeah.
But
So,
like, yeah.
yeah.
They then go into that weird store, which is like a tool store, like something like that, isn't it? And they make all the bombs and
Yeah, because they realise they're just gonna have to blow them up.
let's be honest, the women are making all these Molotov cocktails and getting the flares, and they're getting all the shit together while the blokes are running around with shotguns trying to shoot something which clearly is bulletproof for some reason. And they go and get the guns from a gun shop, don't they? And they're like shooting these, running around the mall, shooting these robots.
Yeah. Greg, who was Susie's boyfriend, has the audacity to blame Alison and Linda for letting her get out of the air duct and basically saying you caused her death.
And he never went and helped her when she was on fire. He didn't
Nope. Not one time did he tell her to roll. Just roll.
Yeah. Stop, drop and roll, people. Stop, drop and roll. But yeah, and then he was running up the stairs. I've never seen anyone run like that in my entire life. I want you guys to pay attention when you're seeing him running up the escalator to the top just before his demise, and he's got 2 shotguns on him. And the guy, I'm not one to normally take the mick out of people how they run, but because he was such a dick just before he did that, I was like, no, you
deserve that.
But yeah, and then it was the way the robot picked him up and yeeted him. It was just like, with them tiny litter picking pincers.
Yeah, they look like scutters, from Red Dwarf.
They were just like
the crab hands.
And it was supposedly pick the entire weight of a grown-ass man up and yeet him off the fucking balcony.
Bearing in mind, if these men really thought about it and them robots stayed still for a second, they could probably stand on them. Pick them up, throw them themselves.
They could creep behind them because they couldn't turn their heads all the way around.
No, they had to physically, Batman it and
3-point
themselves.
turn.
Yeah.
Like you did in the lift when you got the
beep,
that made
beep.
me press my pants when it got in the lift, right? And it's one of those typical 80s glass lifts that you see.
Oh yeah.
Drove in front way, right? And then it started doing a 3-point turn to turn back so it could come out the door. And I was like,
beep, 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 beep.
We're there. That's where we are now.
We've reached it. We've reached that level. So we've now Greg is gone.
Greg's been yeeted off the balcony. He's gone.
What would have been so fitting is the Wilm scream. That would have just cherry top cake, wonderful. So we've got remaining survivors: Alison, Ferdy, Rick, and Linda, who I think they go into the department store,
Yeah.
try to confuse them. Their plan works because the robot starts setting the dummies on fire. And it helped. Where are we at?
How
Blinds
did
itself.
Linda die? Because I just remember just seeing her lay down on the floor, and I was like,
The blind projector 3 kills Linda. That's all it says. And Enraged Rick rams a golf cart into it. A bolt of electricity kills him, but his
yeah,
attack succeeds in destroying the third protector robot.
yeah.
Protector number 1, then can't believe the numbers, comes after Allison, but Ferdy takes the shot where she is then able to then blow it up, and then all of a sudden she's like she's basically the final girl at the
Mhm.
end until fucking Ferdy's like, hey, I'm awake, ruining her moment.
Yeah, I smashed my head. There was lots of blood, but I'm okay.
Yeah, and I didn't know that there was actually a post-credit scene.
Yes. Yeah, it's not much. It's just a little typical, like to show you that one was still alive.
Have a nice day.
It's just, it's that is literally the content of this movie. And
Oh yeah, we've literally just gone through the whole thing.
when you read the reviews, like, because obviously I do my 1-star reviews, it's again one of those Marmite movies. There's no grey. You either love it or you hate it. Even on Rotten Tomatoes, it's sitting in the middle.
Yeah, it is. It's bang in the middle, and
Yeah.
because this is not a failure.
No.
Once it changes its name and goes back into the cinema, it's fucking loved.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that leads us perfectly into, have you got any 1-star reviews?
Oh, thank you for asking. I do, yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, the first one is a Rotten Tomatoes splat, so it's from one of the more professional reviewers, Alex Sandell from Juicy Cerebellum. Robot killers in a mall, like Dawn of the Dead, done by dorks.
Blasphemy.
Professional, that was, yeah.
Professional blasphemy. Oh,
The second one, I actually stayed on Rotten Tomatoes for this because there was gold. There was absolute gold on Rotten Tomatoes. This is the normal average audience review, and it was anonymous. So, here we go. You see, this is a fairly long one. It's about 2 paragraphs, so sit
okay.
comfortably.
I'm comfy.
If it weren't for the fact that I was laughing at the film, I wouldn't recommend this film to anyone other than those that enjoy shit cinema. This thing is completely inept in almost every way. Situations that nobody in the world would ever be in, and I am not talking about people being chased out of a shopping mall by security robots. Hairstyles that will make you wonder how long it took them to get out of the bathroom in the morning. Guys wearing pants that definitely show the ladies what they're in store for, and ladies whose ideas of a fun time is to have an orgy in a department store with their best friends. If you're looking for a good film, then obviously you didn't read what the title was. Chopping Mall has shit written all over it and pays off in spades for better or for worse.
I mean, when it comes down to the plot, he's kind of not wrong.
What plot?
But there's just such a charm to it, though.
Oh, 100%. And I think that's the thing. It's kind of like a backhanded comment, that one, because
Yeah.
it's like there's nothing to it. There's no substance, nothing.
No.
Just it is what it is. And
We knew when we looked at I mean, bearing in mind, yes, I did think it was something else, but when I looked at the poster, I knew exactly what I was in store for.
Yeah.
I was in for a fun treat.
Although
And I got it.
Well, the irony is the poster, when you look at the poster, it's a more of a cyborg hand holding the carrier bag.
Yes.
But there's no cyborgs in it.
There is not.
They could have just had a
Absolutely not.
pincer hand, but the poster was designed and there we go.
But this is why I got the impression that it was slasher, because the bag has got an eyeball in, it looks like it's covered in blood, and it's got like a hand there, and it's got body part. So I'm thinking, oh, okay, I'm gonna get some slice and dice in here.
From what I remember, they had to redo the poster. And this is the last fun fact, because when they had it at Killbots, the poster looked too much like the Transformers movie.
Yes, and they got people very confused.
Yeah. So they thought it was a kids' film.
Yep, they were in for an absolute treat.
So I think that's why they went to an extreme with the new poster, because they were trying to show it wasn't.
I get that. If anyone is actually interested in seeing this movie, it's on Tubi for free.
It's also on Shudder if you've got Shudder for free, or not for free. Whoever, you know.
You got pay a subscription, but with Tubi you don't. Did you manage to do the 666 Degrees of Jake?
I did.
Oh, I'm ready.
Okie dokie. Dick Miller played Walter in Chopping Mall, but most people know him from movies and TV such as Erie, Indiana, Fame, Night of the Creeps, but mostly from Gremlins. He played
Apparently not me.
Murray Futterman. Gremlins 2 starred the god that is Christopher Lee, but also the voice of Gizmo was none other than America's Got Talent judge Howie Mandel.
I knew that.
Howie played Maurice in 1989's Little Monsters,
I knew that.
which starred Wonder Years Savage and Boy Meets World Savage. They don't have first names, that's their first names.
Yeah.
Alongside them starred Devon Ratray. I hear you say, that sounds familiar.
It does.
What if I said, Kevin, what did you do to my room? Devin played Buzz in the 1990 infamous movie about how child neglect is cool, Home Alone.
Yeah.
And Home Alone was directed by Chris Columbus, who also directed Adventures in Babysitting.
Have you done Chris before?
Yeah, a couple of times.
Yeah, well, that
It
was a
always comes
good
back to
one.
Home Alone because there is
I think
something about the cast in Home Alone that is easy. There's so many people in that movie to be able to link it to. So
that's true. You've got such a you've got a good handful of people. Oh, that was good. That was really good.
I didn't know if I'd do it, but then I saw when you go on IMDb, you get like a little trailery excerpt sometimes from the movie. Not necessarily the trailer, but you get a little excerpt from the film. And the excerpt that came up was Murray Futterman being electrocuted at the top of IMDb, and I was like, I don't remember him being in this. Fantastic. That's easy. That's going to get me where I need to get a good start
And then
from.
Howie Mandel.
Well, Gizmo. He was the voice of Gizmo, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
You
Yeah.
know, not a lot of people know that he was an actor before he was a DJ, and he was a
And
judge.
whatever he does now.
Well, yeah. I mean, he makes a lot of money from sitting there going.
Your
He's
shit.
the Louis Walsh, isn't he? Let's be honest.
Yeah, but Louis Walsh didn't. Sorry, Howie Mandel didn't. Completely ruin people's lives with being a dick.
It's not time to make a change. Just
Don't.
relax. Sorry.
Take it easy. Sorry.
Whistle down the wind.
Oh, don't! I fucking hate that song. Oh gosh. Okay. So, what we doing next week? I'm forgetting, and you told me. No, I told you. Oh, that's it.
Yes. I was going to say, take a look to your side.
It's right there. Yes. Audio listeners will not see that. Yes, next week. Obviously, with it being spooky season, and I know, like, we do this all the time.
Season for us.
We thought we would go down what I would class as a traditional spooky season movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A very neglected movie, I think, because of the franchise it's a part of.
Yeah.
It's often overseen because it's got shit all to do with that franchise.
It does, and we'll give you all of that info next week when we do Halloween 3, Season of the Witch.
Be the season of the witch.
Not to be mistaken with the Doors song.
No.
But yeah, we're going to do Season of the Witch. We have forayed into Michael's world before. It's got fuck all to do with it, so
He's in it for about a split second, and that's what I remember.
happy, happy Halloween, Halloween, Halloween. Oh, it's going to be stuck in your head. Silver Shamrock.
Isn't it like it's a pumpkin, a witch, and a skeleton?
Yeah.
That's the three masks, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I was just trying
I've
to say
seen
the
them 1,000
the poster's
times.
fucking awesome, mind.
But that's the thing, I've seen it 1,000 times, but you know, in your brain, you go, and you start to doubt yourself when it comes out your mouth. You're like, is it?
Tagline: the night no one comes home.
Don't watch your telly. That should have been.
Yeah.
Don't let the kids watch the telly. There's a
Yeah.
maniacal man that makes weird masks.
Are you just saying that because you can? Maniacal.
I'm not rubbing it in. I don't know what you mean.
Well, if you managed to stay through that, thank you very much. We
Cheers.
went on. We literally went on. We've been quite good with sticking to topic. That was a tangent fest of all tangents.
Oh, yeah. But to be fair, we have had guests on for the last couple of weeks. So
That is true. That's
we've had
true.
the amazing, scary Zara Mary, who she's covering Grimfest. So
Yes.
go and watch her videos. And if you want to know all things about all movies, she is a
is your girl.
walking dictionary. Go.
Yeah.
You follow her on socials, and also the lovely Sam Munster, who suggested our episode of last week, which was House of Wax.
Yes, she did. Yes, we did not even give her credit last week for it. So sorry, Sam.
I did say she was right, and I did I feel rotten. So yeah, the credit for that one goes to Sam Munster for bringing it up in our lovely
100%.
movies you love to hate or hate to love.
We just tend to talk about movies, really.
Yeah. So I think we've been more on track because we've had people to focus on. So we've had a day off.
Yeah,
So
yeah, and we're heading into, well, Dan's heading into a really busy time, and I'm here. I'm actually covering Grimfest too.
Yeah.
But you'll see my stuff
be.
on. No, because Dan is really, really busy.
So I'm at Edinburgh. When this comes out, I would have just done Edinburgh, and then For the Love of Horror will be coming up this week for you guys.
Yes,
I will be there peddling my wares, working my ass off. Please come buy things so I can please go on holiday, because I haven't had a holiday for years and I'm dying. So
yeah.
Even if it's something very, very tiny.
I'm not joking. I'm not joking though. When it comes down, and I'm not saying I'm not biased in the slightest, but Dan has some of the more interesting and more unique stuff that you will find. Conventions for me have started to get to a joke where it's literally the same shit recycled over and over again, and they're fucking Funko Pops. Yes, I know Dan does have Funko Pops, but they're very, few and far between. She has some of the most, like I said, unique and different collectibles. If you are a collector like us, you're gonna love it. Honestly, I'm not just saying that. I'm not being biased. I generally, fully believe that. I did before we even started doing this podcast together.
Well, we've started specialising this year mainly in American popcorn buckets, because this year they seem to have taken off massively.
They really fucking have.
We do sell. We've got Toxie ones. They're convention exclusives, because if I was to list them all on the website and post these out, they probably wouldn't make it to you very well.
No.
The majority of them are tin. So I also got my little monkey one that you can just about see here. We've got coming for the show. We've got I Know What You Did Last Summer tackle boxes.
Sorry, I have the miniature version of him, and he is fucking awesome.
We've got Terrifier popcorn buckets. We've got Red Hot. We've got Minions, Deadpool, you name it. We literally buy in as many as we can of whatever we can find of the American exclusive popcorn buckets, because no one else is doing them, and if they do, they copied us. I want to make that very, very clear. They're copycats.
Yeah. No, I think you're absolutely right. This is the year of the popcorn bucket, and if anyone can find me a Galactus that is not fucking ridiculously priced.
Have you seen the size of them in real life?
Yeah, he's fucking huge.
They are literally.
I wouldn't know where to put them.
We can get them. It's not a problem, but it's
the price, mate. I'm a fucking.
It's more so getting them over in one freaking piece, because
because
no
he's got bits and pieces all over the place. I remember back in the day when I used to get excited over a popcorn tin.
Yeah.
I actually have an Avengers Age of Ultron. Yeah, exactly like that. I have an Age of Ultron one and a Rogue One one.
We get these little tin buckets.
Yeah.
I think I've got the Avengers one and the Star Wars one actually myself as well, which I used as a bin.
They're sitting down there. There's a broken Venom figure sitting in it right now.
Well, it's used.
Yeah. Honestly, the Venom can go in the bin. I can't bring myself to do it yet. So, yeah. So yes, please go find Dan at For the Love of Horror and Edinburgh Comic Con. Edinburgh Comic Con's already happened. If you because you're watching this on the Monday, but For the Love of Horror hasn't. I won't be there this year. I am missing this year because I'm going on holiday soon. I need my money,
which is fair.
Yeah, I need Disney money. I need to give it to the mouse, unfortunately.
But Dan isn't going on holiday, but we really like to, so she'd really appreciate it.
So yeah, buy the stuff.
Come and buy things.
Buy the stuff. Buy the things.
If you
This
want to
is
see my mental health rapidly decline for the rest of this season.
yeah. Or if you want to really, help that, buy the stuff.
Help. For just £2 a month, you can
You can sponsor a Dan.
for just £2 a month. Thank you. I hate the ones that say you can write it in your will, but hey, if you want to sponsor a Dan in your will, I'm more than happy for you to do so.
Just go towards a holiday.
Oh, I need £2 a month. Direct debit.
Hey pal, it's okay, I'll take whatever.
Klarna.
Take Klarna. But not ClearPay. It takes 2 weeks to get it. Oh, what has happened? You can tell you can tell we're not recording on a Thursday.
Oh, we're a little bit fresher today.
Well, I'm fucking not because I've been in the office today. Normally on a Thursday, I am ready to get my fucking weekend on because I don't work Fridays. But yeah, I'm at work tomorrow, so fucking like, oh my god. But yeah, you can find this episode on the Nerdy Up North YouTube channel. They go out every Monday at 10 o'clock. And the audio for this episode goes out on the same day. If you search Monsters Up North podcast, you'll be able to find us. Monsters Up North podcast, that is. And you'll find us from anywhere you get your podcast from. The links for Blade and Marvelous, Monsters Up North, and Nerdy Up North are way down.
Down there. Down there.
And also, like I said, I am covering Grimfest. My stuff will be going up on reviews, up north and Nerdy Up North, because I am just doing written ones. I have a lot of work to do. So, yay.
Merch is available now. The Stay Spooky
BladeMarvelous.com.
pins. Yep. Stay Spooky pins and the Don't Be a Dick stickers are available now. Ready to ship whenever you buy one. But just don't expect it before this weekend because I'm going away. I'm going on Friday.
Yeah.
So
But
if
remember,
you buy now,
buy the things.
yeah, I'll try my best to get everything out. It's just crazy town.
It is, but it's going to be fine. We're going to get through the next 2 weeks. I'm saying this like I have any part in what she is doing. I really don't. I am emotional support.
I'm Wusar in this at the moment. I'm doing a pretty good job at.
You are.
What will be compared to last year. Last year I looked like Angelica's doll Cynthia. So I'm, the little tough.
Yeah, I can't even remember what episode we did. I know what our Halloween one was because at that time you could breathe again. I can't even remember what we did beforehand.
Yeah, because I roughly know what is going to occur and everything bad that's happened so far.
So this is the first year where we've not had a thing like affect anything. So the first year you went on holiday.
Yeah.
And we had to pre-record shit. You got engaged. We had to pre-record stuff, so we didn't know what we were doing. We were doing things on the fly. So we couldn't promote anything on the episode. It was good fun though. They were all over the place because the continuity is completely out. I think I talk about a charity live stream that I'm doing, but then when we move to the next episode, it's like months, like a weeks in advance. But it's so weird. And then the following year, obviously, the Flow of a Horror, your first time sponsoring, it was a big deal. It was massive.
Yep. And then year 2.
Yeah. So this is the year. This is the year where it's like calm. Let's be calm. Let's be calm about this.
I'm screaming inside. It's like Event Horizon inside my brain right now. But I'm good at masking.
Hey. Well, on that note, if there's nothing else left to say goodbye, Dan.
Thank you. Have a nice day.
Stay spooky, everyone. Bye.